We usually recognize the internet troll by its output, a constant stream of reactive contempt, mockery, and grievance. Dark ecology frames these monsters as distorted survival intelligences. Functions like vigilance, hunger, and boundary defense are necessary for life, but they become tyrannical when they are cut off from relationship and ethical order. The troll begins by retreating beneath a bridge. It hides its sensitivity, its grief, and its private dreams behind the stone, because the world has taught it that visibility leads to being mocked or hunted. Eventually, the underside of the bridge shifts from a necessary refuge into a site of ambush. The troll begins listening for footsteps, interpreting every traveler through the memory of its own exile. To prevent being denied passage ever again, the troll demands a toll from everyone else. It turns the bridge into a site of the same fear that once drove it into hiding. This aggression provides a sense of control over the passage. It is the posture of a creature who has become the guardian of the very exclusion that once hurt them. This diagram shows how energy moves. The ecological condition is perceived through body and meaning, triggering specific states. When boundary states collapse under threat, they converge into monster emergence. Following the path downward leads to the final outcome, human agency without monster possession. Healing the troll requires untangling the legitimate need for protection from the shame and isolation that corrupted it into a monster. In the second stage, the troll leaves the bridge to enter the mountain. It no longer appears rejected, it declares itself sovereign. Here, shelter becomes ideology. The troll builds a kingdom out of stone and mirrors, surrounding itself only with followers and echoes that already agree with its worldview. This creates a grievance loop. The troll refuses to engage with outside voices, dismissing any contradiction as a sign that it is being persecuted by inferior or hostile enemies. Shame has transformed into a sense of superiority. The troll reinterprets its isolation as proof of its own greatness, calling vulnerability a weakness and the open sky an emptiness. This mountain fortress is incredibly effective at preventing humiliation, but it also prevents transformation. The troll rules, but it only rules over what it already controls. Fortifying the self to this extent leaves the troll trapped. It has traded the risk of the world for a self-justifying prison of its own contempt. There is a third possibility, the valley. This environment represents a balance between total exposure and total enclosure. The valley operates on the principle of bounded belonging. It provides a community where privacy is no longer confused with shame, and where a person can be different without being seen as defective. The houses here have doors. This architecture allows a person to close the world out for a time without disappearing from it permanently. Living in the valley doesn't mean the troll forgets the bridge or the mountain. It knows that some bridges remained unsafe, and some storms require high-altitude shelter. Safety in this stage comes from the ability to protect the self without attacking the traveler, to build walls that still contain doors. Resolution for the troll does not require it to become ordinary. It belongs among the living as a troll, without having to erase its unusual body or perform a normal version of itself. The journey to agency starts at the top with Phase 1, building a nest. It moves to Phase 2 to discern the monster. Energy then flows to Phases 3 and 4, integration and stewardship, preparing the individual for communal reconnection and repair. This path allows the village to finally recognize what the troll's hiding place was meant to protect: the sensitivity, the imagination, and the private dreams that remained alive even when it was dangerous to speak them. When dealing with these instincts, we do not demand immediate exposure. We approach the threshold and wait, allowing the creature to open the door from the inside when it is ready to be seen. The journey is complete when the troll can enter the world without abandoning itself, when its defenses have transformed from an ambush into a home.